Liu Quan paid no heed to whatever trick Xian and Qin Tian were up to. He had full confidence in the soul-shattering token in his hand, a powerful artifact condensed from the power of a ghost immortal. Liu Quan was certain that once the soul-shattering token was unleashed, Qin Tian would be killed instantly. Boom, boom, boom. As Liu Quan finished speaking, the square black light in his hand began to tremble, then transformed into a massive black chi sphere several meters in size. Within the black sphere, a single character, Shatter, suddenly emerged, glowing ominously. As the soul-shattering token solidified, the already chilly black barrier surrounding them grew even colder, sending shivers down everyone's spines. The next moment, the soul-shattering token, emanating intense ghostly chi, surged toward Qin Tian. Though its appearance was subtle, the sheer power it contained was overwhelming, even for someone like Qin Tian. So this is the power of the soul-shattering token. It's locked onto me. No matter where I flee, it will find me. Qin Tian sighed, feeling the unmistakable sense of death emanating from the black sphere, even though it was hundreds of meters away. If that soul-shattering token hit him, not even his peak Do-D strength would save him. His soul would be annihilated, and he would fall for good. If my Dragon Devourer Legion wasn't already so battered from fighting the Medusa clan, you, Liu Quan, would have died 10 times over by now, Qin Tian said, showing no fear toward the deadly soul-shattering token. His voice remained calm, even as the wave of death approached. Has Qin Tian given up? Liu Quan wondered. The soul-shattering token had drained a significant portion of his power, but he was confident that it could kill a peak Do-D, let alone Qin Tian, who wasn't even at full strength. Liu Quan stopped pondering the situation and simply focused on Qin Tian. The black sphere of the soul-shattering token advanced, and with it, ghostly wails filled the barrier, as sinister chi enveloped the entire space. Yet, Qin Tian remained unfazed, his expression calm, with a hint of fiery red flickering in his eyes. Behind Qin Tian, Xian was rapidly changing hand seals, surrounded by strange, ancient runes. Qin Tian, still acting arrogant on the brink of death? Don't worry, I'll leave your body intact. Liu Quan sneered, his laughter echoing sinisterly. Suddenly, the soul-shattering token, as if fully locked onto its target, surged toward Qin Tian at incredible speed. The black sphere opened wide, like a maw ready to devour him whole. Phase. A sharp voice reverberated through the barrier, and the soul-shattering token passed straight through Qin Tian's body, as if he were a mere phantom, not solid at all. Impossible. Liu Quan's pupils contracted in disbelief, and a wave of fear crept into his heart. The soul-shattering token was a creation of a ghost immortal, capable of killing even half-step Do-Xian experts. That was why Liu Quan, with his mere 3-turn 9-star Do-D strength, had the confidence to challenge and hunt down Zhu Jin. How could it have failed? Unbelievable, isn't it? Qin Tian's voice rang out, calm and steady as the soul-shattering token dissipated into a white mist, its energy spent and vanishing into the black barrier. Although terrifying, the soul-shattering token was a one-use item. Once Qin Tian evaded it with Xian's phasing ability, it lost its power and disappeared. Now let me show you the truth. Qin Tian shouted, and a massive surge of fiery red flames erupted from his body. Fire Dragon Roar. Qin Tian yelled as he leapt into the air, transforming into a dragon of flames. He rode within the dragon's maw, launching a fierce attack at Liu Quan, who was still reeling from shock. Damn it! Liu Quan cursed, his mind racing. How could this happen? This was a Ghost Immortal's artifact, said to have the power to slay even half-step Do-Xian. How could it fail? Boom, boom, boom. In an instant, Qin Tian closed in on Liu Quan, forcing him to defend. Humph! Liu Quan snorted coldly, enveloping himself in torrents of black chi, which blocked Qin Tian's fearsome attack. You're just a spent force, Qin Tian. It seems you're at your limit, Liu Quan sneered. He didn't understand why the soul-shattering token had passed through Qin Tian, but he didn't have time to think about it. He focused on the fight, unaware of the small crack Xiao Yan was quietly creating behind him. Meanwhile, Song Li and Yang Wei stood to the side, blood trickling from their mouths, watching the battle in the sky with malicious intent. Is that so? Qin Tian laughed, then suddenly distanced himself from Liu Quan. A faint silver light began to emanate from his body. Silver light? Liu Quan's eyes narrowed. Space transfer? Liu Quan, farewell for now. I swear the Xinling royal family will return to settle the score another day. Qin Tian called out. His figure flickered, and in the next moment, he vanished from the black barrier. Spiritual attack. Liu Quan's cold voice echoed as he turned to intercept Qin Tian, but Yao Xian's sudden strike caught him off guard, forcing him to stop. In the next instant, Qin Tian and his group disappeared without a trace, even the crack they had used to escape sealing itself shut once more. Liu Quan then felt too cold, malicious gazes directed at him from below. Song Li? Yang Wei? What are you doing? Liu Quan snapped, furious at their failure to stop the Dragon Devourer Legion. You two useless fools. You couldn't even hold off those Dragon Devourer Legion members. Liu Quan shouted in frustration, his face returning to its youthful appearance. Hee hee, Third Sect Master, those were members of the Dragon Devourer Legion after all. Our strength was limited, Song Li started to explain, but Yang Wei interrupted, pulling Song Li aside. Forget it. You two did your best. I'll let it slide this time, Liu Quan said, dismissing them as he prepared to leave the black barrier. Hold on, Sect Master. I have something I'd like to borrow from you. If that's all right, Yang Wei said, a dangerous smile playing on his lips. Oh, what is it? Liu Quan turned, intrigued by Yang Wei's expression. It's simple, really. Your power. Yang Wei's aura exploded violently as he launched a terrifying attack on Liu Quan. Bastard! Liu Quan roared, his angry shout reverberating throughout the black barrier. Song Li, Yang Wei, have you two lost your minds? Liu Quan dodged Yang Wei's terrifying attack, exclaiming in surprise. Oh, not at all, Sect Master. We've served under you for many years now. It's time for you to step down, Yang Wei said slowly, his voice carrying an eerie undertone. Even if I die, how do you two plan to divide the spoils? Liu Quan replied, cunning as ever. That's none of your concern. Yang Wei coldly responded, noticing that Song Li hesitated for a moment as Liu Quan spoke. Ha ha ha. Liu Quan laughed. Do you really think you two can take me down? Such wishful thinking. In fact, I've been lacking in strength lately. Absorbing your power might just allow me to ascend even further. His voice became twisted and sinister as he finished speaking. Song Li, don't let him intimidate you. Liu Quan is just putting on a brave face, Yang Wei said confidently, seeing through Liu Quan's feigned strength. A brave face? Song Li narrowed his eyes. What do you mean? The soul-shattering token isn't something just anyone can use. Liu Quan is merely a 3-turn 9-star Do-D. Using the token must have drained at least 70% of his power. That combined with the ghost chi in this barrier created the terrifying scene you saw earlier, though I don't know how Qin Tian managed to avoid it, Yang Wei explained. Kill. Song Li growled greedily as he focused on Liu Quan. Let's finish this quickly. We can figure out how to divide Liu Quan's power afterward, Yang Wei agreed, nodding. Attack. Song Li's aura surged, and in an instant, his strength skyrocketed to the level of a perfect 8-star Do-D. Bastards! Liu Quan roared, but a wave of weakness spread through his body. Just as I thought, Yang Wei observed, delighted. Liu Quan, take this. Song Li shouted, unleashing a murderous intent as he shot toward Liu Quan in the sky. What an idiot! Yang Wei thought to himself, seeing Song Li fall into the trap. Yang Wei refrained from attacking directly, knowing that even though Liu Quan was weakened, a dying lion was still stronger than a horse. You think your measly 8-star Do-D strength is enough to stop me? Liu Quan sneered, suppressing his weakness while absorbing more ghost chi from the barrier to replenish himself. Black chi surged toward Liu Quan, strengthening him. Ghost ripping hand. Song Li roared, forming a massive black hand that reached 100 meters in size. It descended toward Liu Quan, intent on crushing him. Boom, boom, boom. The enormous black hand slammed toward Liu Quan, but mysteriously stopped just 3 feet from his body, as if some strange force was blocking it. Get lost. Liu Quan hissed, and a powerful wave of ghost chi exploded outward. Pfft. The black chi rippled violently, and Song Li spat out blood, his face contorted in pain. Damn it! How does Liu Quan still have such terrifying power? Song Li wiped the blood from his mouth, glaring at Liu Quan in the sky. Die! Liu Quan's eyes gleamed with malice as ghost chi enveloped him, surging violently towards Song Li. Not good. Song Li panicked and immediately fled. His instincts told him that if Liu Quan's attack hit, he would be left gravely injured, if not dead. While Liu Quan focused on attacking Song Li, a sinister voice echoed through the black barrier from the ground. Liu Quan, it's over. Perish. Yang Wei's cold voice cut through the air. A brilliant black beam shot from his body, radiating death energy, and smashed into Liu Quan. Boom, boom, boom. Waves of terrifying black ripples burst out from where Liu Quan stood, shattering the black barrier. What is this power? Impossible. Liu Quan's face twisted in terror as the realization hit him. How can this be? Liu Quan stammered, his mind racing with fear. It's over, Yang Wei said calmly, moving swiftly as his hands grabbed hold of Liu Quan. As the black barrier shattered, news quickly spread to the Medusa clan that Liu Quan had been ambushed by Song Li and Yang Wei. My lord, what should we do now? Shifu asked, seated in the grand hall of the underground palace, having taken over Qinghua Snake's former position. Ignore it. Keep rotating patrols around the Medusa Divine Hall. Report any changes immediately, Shifu commanded. I will enter seclusion to treat Qinghua Snake and Xiao Yan's injuries. After speaking, Shifu vanished, leaving the 9 tribe leaders to exchange uncertain glances. Let's take it one step at a time, the 9 leaders said to one another, knowing that Shifu had personally trained Qinghua Snake and must be feeling some heartache. Cough, cough, cough. Xinwanqin, are you all right? Qin Tian and his group had safely returned to the Xinling royal family after escaping the desolate Death Desert, thanks to Yao Xian's soul power teleportation. I'm fine, Xinwanqin replied weakly, his pale lips showing how much energy he had expended. As long as you're all right. We've made it back, Qing Mu said softly, biting her lip, clearly concerned. Issue my orders. Qin Tian said firmly. Lock down the city. After giving the command, Qin Tian and the Dragon Devourer Legion entered seclusion to recover from their severe losses. Meanwhile, in the Xinling royal family's auction house, a scantily clad woman spoke slowly. It seems the Xinling royal family has succeeded. Quite impressive. Underestimating the Dragon Devourer Legion was a mistake, said Bloodrose. At that moment, a dense and terrifying ghostly aura surrounded her. Sigh. I wonder how those young ones are doing. I remember Yin Qi once mentioning that there were others like him in the desert area, but with all the restrictions and the Medusa clan entrenched there, few dare venture deep inside. Zhu Lao muttered to himself from deep within the desert. I suppose I should head back. It seems the Xinling royal family has its own agenda. We need to speed up our plans to save Yin Qi, or if they succeed. Zhu Lao's voice trailed off as he disappeared from sight. The scorching sun blazed overhead, making the already blistering heat of the Death Desert even more unbearable. Xiao Yan, what do you think is hidden in this desert that has Tang Tang and the others so captivated? And in the end, the fact that the Blood Blade mercenary group even gave up on the desert area. It seems the treasure within the Medusa Divine Hall is even more. Mu Feng speculated curiously from the side. I don't know what's inside the Medusa Divine Hall, but I do know one thing. Whatever it is, even Qin Tian, with his peak Do D strength, would meet his end there, Xiao Yan said in a low, serious tone. Hearing this, the group fell silent. Given Xiao Yan's strong soul perception, his words carried weight, and everyone had to set aside their guesses. Let's not worry about that for now. We should focus on entering the desert area. Elder Zhu must have his reasons for sending us here to train, Xiao Yan said calmly when he saw the group fall silent. Let's go. Mu Yingying spoke softly, breaking the awkward silence. Following the directions given by Tang Tang, the the group set off. The entrance to this desert area is rather strange. It was right here just a moment ago, but now it's gone, Xiao Yan remarked, glancing at his companions to make sure there was nothing amiss before continuing. There it is. In the next moment, Xiao Yan spotted a part of the desert moving as if it were flowing like water. He shouted out as he realized that this was the entrance to the desert area that Tang Tang had mentioned. The desert rippled and twisted, revealing a passage that led to the strange desert area. There are too many powerful people around. Let's sneak in while they're distracted by their battles. Xiao Yan didn't hesitate as he led the way into the mysterious desert entrance. The other 4 members of the group immediately followed suit, and as soon as they all entered, the shifting desert closed up behind them, restoring the area to its previous calm. Just as Xiao Yan's group passed through the moving sands, they felt an overwhelming wave of terror emanating from below. Upon entering the passageway, the group found themselves in a bizarre place. This must be a tunnel leading deeper into the desert area, Xiao Yan said as he released a gentle white flame, illuminating the space around them. The area was pitch black, the kind of darkness where you couldn't even see your hand in front of your face. As they proceeded, faint, delicate flames trailed behind Xiao Yan, though none of the group noticed this detail. Something feels off. Let's pick up the pace. We're almost there. Little E, usually quiet, glanced back at the faint remnants of flames, shaking his head before urging the group forward. Agreed. The others responded. They were all aware that this desert area was not a simple place. Entering it meant risking their lives. Huh. Watch out, Xiao Yan suddenly shouted, as a horde of unknown creatures surged out from the darkness. They're on the walls. Be careful. Little E was the first to react. In an instant, the 5 of them were surrounded by a swarm of mysterious creatures several hundred meters away. These beings were entirely shrouded in darkness, and despite Xiao Yan's formidable soul power, he couldn't identify what they were. The only thing certain was their vast numbers. Extinguish! Xiao Yan quickly suppressed his flames and the light from the others, but despite their efforts, a faint glow remained behind them, most noticeably from Xiao Yan's flames. Without further delay, Xiao Yan led the group in the opposite direction from the approaching horde. Chhch. Strange noises echoed from where they had just been, as the mysterious creatures passed through. The group breathed a small sigh of relief, but the space they had been standing in moments earlier collapsed under the weight of the horde, consumed by the creatures, along with the lingering flames. What were those things? Mu Yingying asked, her voice filled with confusion, clearly unnerved by the sudden appearance of the creatures. I'm not sure, but their numbers were terrifying, Xiao Yan replied. And it seemed like they were searching for something. Could they be? Mu Feng began cautiously. Dark bats, Mu Feng interjected suddenly. Dark bats? Lu Di echoed, glancing around the shadowy tunnel. Dark bats are born from darkness and thrive in it. They have the power to destroy space itself and are known to hate any light. If light enters their nests, they swarm out in droves, Mu Feng explained quietly, trying not to draw attention from the strange creatures. Destroying space, but why does it seem like they're attracted to fire? Xiao Yan muttered in surprise. Mu Feng's mysterious abilities gave him sharper senses in the dark, something Xiao Yan acknowledged. However, the dark bat's attraction to fire still puzzled him. It was well known that creatures like bats were naturally inclined toward cold and darkness, much like the Medusa clan, who feared fire. Forget it, we should just avoid them, Xiao Yan decided after a moment of thought. Although they could destroy the dark bats with some effort, it would cost them too much energy, and there was no reason to engage unnecessarily. Let's move. Keep it quiet, Xiao Yan instructed as he gently took Mu Yingying and Little E by the hand to lead them forward. The others caught on and followed suit, aware of the lurking dangers. So warm. Mu Yingying's delicate hand was suddenly grasped by Xiao Yan's, and her body trembled slightly. She instinctively wanted to pull away but reconsidered given the situation. As Xiao Yan's hand held hers, a comforting warmth flowed through her body. Let's go, Xiao Yan said softly, guiding the group onward. Behind them, the dark bats, having consumed the flames Xiao Yan left behind, resettled along the walls of the tunnel. These dark bats seem strange, murmured Long Yi, the ancient spirit inhabiting Xiao Yan's heavenly flame ancient ruler. However, Xiao Yan didn't notice that deep within his body, a flicker of strange light from the flame mantra appeared and then vanished as quickly as it came. Strange. Why does this tunnel seem endless? Mu Feng commented, sounding bewildered as the group advanced. It feels like we've been walking forever, Mu Feng added, his voice tinged with surprise. This place. Xiao Yan had been keeping an eye on the dark bats but hadn't made any new discoveries. However, he did notice that the creatures had grown larger after consuming his flames and had once again taken up residence in the shadows. This seems to be a cave, Xiao Yan said as he led the way through the pitch-black tunnel. With his immense soul perception, he managed to avoid disturbing the dark bats roosting above, though he wasn't particularly afraid of them. The others nodded, suppressing their dou qi and carefully following Xiao Yan with light steps. Drip, drip. The sound of water dripping echoed from deep within the cave, creating an unsettling atmosphere that shook everyone's nerves. After about 5 minutes of walking, they saw a faint light ahead. Without panicking, the group proceeded slowly toward it. As they exited the dark tunnel, a strange sight greeted them. A massive stone giant statue blocked their path. Behind the stone giant was the tunnel they had just emerged from, and its enormous body appeared to completely obstruct the road forward. Xiao Yan glanced around, noting that there were no immediate threats before focusing on the giant stone figure. With his powerful soul perception, Xiao Yan scanned the ancient stone giant. There didn't appear to be anything unusual about it, except for its eyes, one blue and one red, which were particularly striking. A statue? It doesn't seem to be alive, Mu Yingying muttered, furrowing her brow. Something's not right. There must be a reason this thing is here, Xiao Yan speculated. Yes, since this stone giant is blocking our way, it's hiding some secret, Little E agreed. Let's split up and search the area for any mechanisms or clues, Mu Feng, who had been silent since they entered the small space, suggested, his gaze fixated on the stone giant. The group agreed and dispersed to search the small chamber. The space was only about 100 to 200 meters wide, about the size of a large room. Apart from the 10-meter-tall stone giant, there were no other furnishings, and the surrounding walls were solid, impenetrable rock. Mu Feng, did you find anything? Xiao Yan asked, noticing that while the others were searching, only he and Mu Feng had stayed near the stone giant. It seems like this thing really is a mechanism. We won't be able to move it with brute force, Mu Feng said, glancing at Xiao Yan before looking back at the stone giant. A mechanism? Xiao Yan was surprised. With his powerful soul perception, he could tell that the stone giant's defense was formidable. Unless a Dou Xian expert arrived, no one could force it open, not even if Xiao Yan gave it his all, which was why he had hesitated earlier. I found nothing, Little E reported after completing a thorough search. The chamber was small enough that everything was visible, and there didn't appear to be any hidden switches or triggers. This thing is tricky, Xiao Yan muttered as he approached the stone giant, staying alert and scanning his surroundings. Xiao Yan, why not try using your flames? Mu Feng suddenly suggested, as if an idea had struck him. My flames? Xiao Yan was puzzled but raised his pale hand. With a single thought, a flame with 23 different colors appeared at his fingertips. Hiss, hiss. The flame seemed to have a life of its own, dancing gently on Xiao Yan's palm. Go, Xiao Yan said softly, moving his hand over his chest. He then directed the flame to the base of the stone giant's feet. Whoosh! The flame wrapped around the stone giant's feet, but to Xiao Yan's surprise, it vanished instantly, as if it had evaporated into thin air. Xiao Yan was confused. This had never happened before. His flame, a fusion of 23 different types of heavenly flames, was a force to be reckoned with on the Dou Qi continent. Yet here, it had been completely absorbed by the stone giant in an instant. It was beyond belief. It seems I was right, Mu Feng said with a faint smile, as though he had figured out the solution. What do you mean? Little E asked, perplexed. It looks like the stone giant is linked to fire. If we want to get past this, we'll need a significant amount of firepower, Mu Feng explained. Firepower? Little E murmured, seeming to recall something but remaining silent. The dark bats, he whispered. With Xiao Yan, myself, and little E, we should have enough flame power, Mu Yingying suggested. No, we're only at the outer edges of the desert area. If we expend too much energy here, we won't be able to continue. Plus, from what I know, this stone giant would likely absorb all our firepower and leave us completely drained, Xiao Yan warned, his voice grave. True, Mu Feng acknowledged, realizing his plan wasn't without flaws. He had initially thought that combining Xiao Yan, Mu Yingying, and Little Yi's flames would be enough to deal with the stone giant, but he had overlooked the energy it would require. Firepower. Little Yi spoke again, this time with a thoughtful tone. I might have an idea, but I'm not sure if it will work. What idea? Lu Di, who had remained silent due to the oppressive desert heat affecting her serpent race physiology, asked curiously. The dark bats, within their bodies, there should be considerable firepower. Little E began. And I noticed earlier that the number of dark bats was immense. If we can lure them here, they might be able to help us break through the stone giant without much effort, he finished, a faint smile appearing on his handsome face. The dark bats. Xiao Yan pondered, then nodded. What do you all think? It's worth a try. The firepower stored in the dark bats could easily rival that of a one-star Do D with a fire attribute. Lu Di added. And given their numbers, it could indeed work, she concluded. All right then, let's discuss the details and get started, Xiao Yan decided. However, Xiao Yan couldn't shake his suspicion about the stone giant's mismatched blue and red eyes. He stared intently at the giant's strange eyes, a deep thought crossing his mind. Gulp. Suddenly, the stone giant's blue and red eyes twitched slightly. Wait. Something's wrong with the stone giant's eyes. Xiao Yan's shout echoed through the narrow chamber, grabbing the attention of the others. What is it? Xiao Yan's outburst made the others immediately turn their focus back to the stone giant. Instantly, everyone became alert. Their eyes swept the area, their doqi ready to explode at any sign of danger. There's definitely something strange about its eyes, Xiao Yan confirmed, his tone resolute. Strange? Mu Feng turned his gaze toward the stone giant's massive eyes, examining them closely. There's nothing unusual. The stone giant just has black eyes, Mu Feng said after observing for a while, somewhat frustrated. Black eyes, Xiao Yan muttered, clenching his fists as a sense of unease crept over him. Yeah, Xiao Yan, the stone giant's eyes are black. Maybe you're seeing things, Lu Di chimed in, joining the conversation with a playful grin. No, it can't be. The eyes I saw were one blue and one red, quite strange, Xiao Yan responded calmly. One blue and one red? Little E was now the one taken aback. As a fire spirit, Little E had unwavering trust in Xiao Yan. He believed that Xiao Yan's terrifying soul perception wouldn't lie. And if Xiao Yan said the eyes were blue and red, they must be. I believe my big brother, Little E declared. However, the eyes I see are also black. And you all? He asked. We see black eyes too. The other three, Lu Di, Mu Yingying, and Mu Feng, answered in unison. Given their knowledge of Little Yi's identity as a fire spirit, the group respected his strength. They even suspected that Little E might now be stronger than their mutual acquaintance, Mu Suzi. If someone as powerful as Little E saw black eyes, this confirmed that something strange was indeed happening. There's definitely something wrong here, Xiao Yan said coldly. Come out. His voice echoed through the chamber. Hee, what a frightening little guy. A lazy voice suddenly drifted from the stone giant's eyes. There really is something off. Xiao Yan's heart pounded as he heard the voice. He knew that with his peak Imperial Realm soul power and dual cultivation of spirit and mental energy, his perception was leagues beyond ordinary people. The blue and red eyes of the stone giant were clearly the result of some kind of illusion spell. For Little E, a formidable 8-star Do D, to have been fooled, the caster of this spell must possess incredible strength. Who are you? Xiao Yan demanded, a flame appearing in his palm as a warning. Seeing through the secret of the stone giant? You're not the first one, the voice chuckled again. But I must say, a young one with peak Imperial Realm soul power, Impressive, very impressive. Answer me. Who are you? Xiao Yan's voice grew more intense, and the flame in his palm burned even hotter, radiating intense heat. Who am I? It's been so long, I've forgotten, the voice sighed. But if you really want to know, come inside and find me. As the voice trailed off, a swirl of black and white energy emerged from the stone giant's eyes, then dissipated into the air. What an evil aura! Mu Feng coughed a few times, visibly disturbed by the presence. A sudden suction force came from the soul-devouring talisman Xiao Yan held, absorbing the remaining black qi. As the talisman absorbed the energy, Xiao Yan felt it grow darker and more sinister. Xiao Yan, watch out! Little Yi shouted in alarm as the evil black qi began to seep into Xiao Yan's body. Don't worry, Xiao Yan said coolly, waving off Little Yi's concern. Flames surged from his body, seemingly refining the black qi. The others believed the fire had burned away the black energy, but only Xiao Yan knew the truth. His flames had done nothing to the black qi. This black qi wasn't like the ghostly energy Xiao Yan had encountered before. The previous ghost qi was eerie, but it lacked the pure malice of this one. If not for the soul-devouring talisman, Xiao Yan might have been in real danger. No matter who that mysterious voice is, let's deal with the stone giant first, Xiao Yan said after absorbing the black qi. He stood up and turned to his companions. Let's lure the dark bats over, Little Yi suggested. But how do we get the dark bats to willingly help us break through the stone giant? Mu Yingying asked, raising a delicate hand as though recalling something. That's simple, Mu Feng said with a smile. You shouldn't underestimate the dark bats' love for fire. Their obsession with flames will leave you speechless, especially with the strange flames that Xiao Yan possesses. Let's give it a try, Xiao Yan agreed with a grin, wasting no time on further words. Mu Yingying, Lu Di, and Mu Feng, you three stay here. Little Yi and I will go lure the dark bats, Xiao Yan instructed after some thought. I want to come too, Mu Yingying protested, confused by Xiao Yan's decision. No, you stay here, Xiao Yan insisted, before heading off with Little Yi, their movements quick but steady as they disappeared into the dark passage. Why won't he take me? Mu Yingying muttered to herself, shaking her head as she tried not to dwell on her thoughts. Big brother, why didn't you let Mu Yingying come with us? Little Yi asked once they had put some distance between themselves and the others. Her flames, they're sacred flames, Xiao Yan replied, his voice softening as they moved further away. Sacred flames? Little Yi was shocked. But she's been hiding them? Yes, she's been concealing it well. As for why I didn't bring her along, one reason is to keep her safe, and the other, Xiao Yan paused, his voice dropping further. What's the other reason? Little Yi asked, puzzled. Have you noticed? Every time she uses that blue flame, it takes a heavy toll on her. I suspect the sacred flame within her is sealed, Xiao Yan explained quietly. Sealed? Little Yi gasped. A sealed sacred flame would have its power greatly diminished. No wonder she uses it so sparingly, Little Yi murmured. This is just a theory of mine, but I sense that there's more to her than meets the eye. We need to keep her from fighting too much. If her sacred flame were to go out of control, not even the two of us together could, Xiao Yan trailed off. I understand, big brother, Little Yi said boldly. As a fire spirit, Little Yi and Xiao Yan shared unique abilities, one of which was the ability to combine their powers. In other words, Little Yi could merge with Xiao Yan, greatly amplifying his strength for a short time. When combined, they were nearly invincible among 8-star Do-D experts. However, even with such overwhelming strength, they would struggle against the full power of Mu Yingying's sacred flame, which was why they had to be cautious. All right, let's focus on the task at hand, Xiao Yan said, shifting his attention back to the task. With that, both Xiao Yan and Little Yi turned their gazes toward the dark bats roosting in the shadowy tunnel.